Peter Lorre was a famous Hollywood actor who was often typecast as a menacing figure. He rose to fame in the 1930s, starting as a featured player and eventually becoming a well-known character who blended good and evil in his performances. Despite being cast as a villain, Lorre brought a touch of dark humor to his roles, adding depth and dimension to his characters. Despite his success, Lorre was not fully satisfied with his work. He saw himself as a facemaker and was disappointed with the industry's focus on his tricks rather than his talent. Nevertheless, his distinctive features, such as his globular eyes and diffident voice, became famous and were widely imitated and caricatured in various media forms, including commercials, cartoons, and literature. Peter Lorre was born as Ladislav Lauenstein in Rózsahegy, Hungary. In 1912, he moved to Mödling, Austria, where he made his stage debut in a school production of Snow White. Unlike popular belief, Lorre did not run away from home to pursue a career in acting. After graduating from high school, he went to business school and got a job as a bank teller in Vienna. Despite his day job, he lived a bohemian life at night, performing improvisational shows on the side. Peter Lorre learned to act out the different aspects of his life at Jacob Moreno's Theatre of Spontaneity. The psychodramatist gave Lorre a more professional name, fitting for his future career, which reflected his resemblance to the unkempt character Struwwelpeter from German children's literature. Lorre's acting skills brought him from Vienna to Breslau, Germany, where he performed at the Loeb and Thalia theatres in 1924. His contracts with the Schauspielhaus in Zurich and Kammerspiel in Vienna brought him even more recognition and eventually caught the attention of the poet-dramatist Bertolt Brecht. In 1928, Brecht cast Lorre as a cretinous high school student in Marie-Eloise Fleischer's play Engineers in Ingolstadt. Lorre quickly became the hottest thing on the Berlin stage and was soon discovered by the German director Fritz Lang. Lang saw Lorre perform as a sexually frustrated teenager in a dress rehearsal of Frank Wedekind's Spring's Awakening and knew he had found the star for his first sound film, M. 1931. This film made Lorre an international star, known for his portrayal of a notorious child murderer, forever linking him in the public eye with the image of a psychotic character. In February 1933, just 2 days before the Reichstag fire, Jewish actor Peter Lorre fled Nazi Germany and sought refuge in Paris. Despite being recognized as Le Maudit due to his role in the film M. Lorre was offered a role in Alfred Hitchcock's The Man Who Knew Too Much later that year. In July 1934, Lorre and his wife, actress Celia Lovicsy, moved to the United States after being offered a film contract with Columbia Pictures. Despite his desire to shed his past as a villain, Hollywood continued to cast him as the ominous outsider. Lorre's first American film, Mad Love, was released in 1935. Despite his attempts to fit in and assimilate to American culture, including trying to lose his accent, Lorre struggled to escape his past on the big screen. He expressed his frustration, stating, "Ever since I came to this country I've been trying to live down my past." He was even more disappointed with being associated with horror films, stating, "I am associated with horror movies, but I've only done one, The Beast with 5 Fingers. I don't want to go down in history as a monster." Peter Lorre's career took a significant turn when he was invited by 20th Century Fox to play a variety of characters, in his quest to become a general character actor. However, his big break came when he was cast in a series of Japanese detective films based on J.P. Marquand's Mr. In the 1940s, Lorre found success at Warner Brothers, where he worked alongside his friend Humphrey Bogart. He starred in films that both popularized his sinister image, such as Casablanca, and showcased his more introspective and melancholic side, such as Three Strangers. Lorre's acting style underwent a transformation during this time, moving away from psychological depth and towards a more natural and comfortable approach. He felt that this perfected naturalness allowed for a causal and ironic performance. He was open to playing any role, whether it was a Martian, a cannibal, or even Bugs Bunny, just to avoid a suspension. In 1946, Warner Brothers put Peter Lorre to the test by casting him in The Beast with 5 Fingers, which marked the decline of the horror genre. Determined to take control of his career and not just be an actor, Lorre formed his own self-management company and left the studio. However, 3 years of limited work opportunities, which he blamed on being greylisted by the House Committee on Un-American Activities due to his association with Bertolt Brecht, ultimately led to bankruptcy in 1949. Feeling rejected by Hollywood, Lorre journeyed to Europe in search of better opportunities. In Germany, he took on multiple roles as a director, co-author, and star in the film Der Verlorene, The Lost One, in 1951. The film explored the contrast between the atrocities committed during Hitler's reign and the fate of a single individual—a killer who becomes a victim in a time of killings. In 1951, Peter Lorre was in Germany where he directed, co-wrote and starred in a film called Der Verlorene. The movie was about a killer who becomes a victim in a time of state-sponsored crimes, but German audiences did not want to confront their past and rejected the dark and fatalistic film. Lorre returned to the United States where he appeared in a summer stock production of A Night at Me. Tussauds. However, his career was in decline. He was then cast in John Huston's film Beat the Devil in 1954 where he played a comically droll rogue, which was a departure from his usual serious roles. The reunion of Huston, Bogart and Lorre, who were known as the Unholy Three, brought back memories of happier days when they shared a sense of camaraderie and fun. Despite these departures, Lorre's career continued to decline. Lorre denied the rumors that he returned to the U.S. to remake his famous film M, and claimed that any similarities between his stories were coincidental. He believed that his overlapping realist and expressionist styles were simply a reflection of his changing attitudes as an actor. Peter Lorre was a talented actor who struggled to find the right balance between commercial success and intellectual respectability. He was known for his sinister on-screen persona, but Hollywood was often hesitant to take risks with his unique talent. As a result, he was often forced to take on roles that parodied his previous work. Despite these challenges, Lorre was determined to make the most of his career. He had numerous projects in the works, including film stories with his friend and mentor Bertolt Brecht. However, these plans never came to fruition, and the gap between Lorre's personal and professional life continued to widen. Sadly, Lorre never got the chance to fully realize his potential. At the age of 59, he suffered a fatal cerebral hemorrhage. Although his life was cut short, his legacy as a legendary actor will live on forever. Despite the challenges he faced, Peter Lorre will always be remembered as an icon of Hollywood. He will be missed, but his impact on the film industry will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, Peter Lorre. Goodbye, legend.